The Serpent's kiss, crimson eternity. The grand ballroom of Viridia shimmered beneath its cathedral of light, chandeliers dripping gold like frozen fire. Music coiled through the air, velvet and haunting, but Julian Armand heard none of it, because she had entered. Bianca Laurent, her name alone carried a quiet reverence, but the truth of her presence, it silenced the room in ways no one dared acknowledge. She wore white, not the innocence of it, but its contradiction. Against her pale skin, it made her seem almost luminous or perhaps untouched by the warmth of life itself. Julian felt it then, not attraction, recognition. As though something ancient within him stirred and whispered, "Danger!" And yet he stepped closer. The hunger beneath beauty, Bianca was not like the others. He noticed it first in the library. While noble girls giggled over poetry or court gossip, Bianca devoured texts long, sealed away, forgotten manuscripts, brittle with age, ink faded into ghostly warnings. Her fingers traced symbols not meant for daylight. Julian watched her as he always did, quiet, patient, invisible. But this time she looked back. "You stare," she said softly, her voice neither offended nor inviting. Julian swallowed. Only when something refuses to be understood. A faint smile touched her lips, not warm, not kind, intrigued. "Then perhaps you should stop trying," but she did not send him away. The Garden of Night, their meetings became inevitable, not planned, not spoken, but destined. In the garden beneath a sky that seemed to darken just for her, Bianca changed. The softness expected of her vanished. In its place was something older, something watchful. One night, Julian brought her the luminous flower again, the one that bloomed only in darkness. She held it delicately, almost reverently. "It feeds on absence," she murmured. "Light starves it." Julian stepped closer. "And yet it's beautiful." Her eyes lifted to his. "So are many dangerous things." The wind stilled, and for a moment, just a moment, Julian felt the unmistakable sensation that he was no longer standing beside a noblewoman, but beside something that had learned how to pretend. The first taste. The truth revealed itself not in words, but in blood. It happened on a night heavy with storm. Julian had cut his hand on a shattered glass lantern while searching for Bianca in the darkened corridors. When he found her, standing in the candlelit shadows of an unused chamber, she turned sharply, her eyes locked onto his wound, and everything changed. The air thickened, her breath faltered, not from fear, but from restraint. "Leave," she whispered, though her voice trembled. Julian stepped closer instead. "Bianca." He reached for her, and in that fatal moment, she broke. Faster than thought, she seized his wrist, her grip cold, inhumanly strong. Her lips hovered over the crimson line across his palm. "Do you trust me?" she asked, her voice no longer entirely her own. Julian should have said no. He should have run instead. He whispered, "Yes." Her lips touched his skin. What began as something delicate became something primal. She drank not violently, not cruelly, but with a slow, aching hunger that felt almost like reverence. Julian gasped, not in pain, but in something far more dangerous, connection. Heat surged through him, not from blood lost, but from something shared. When she pulled away, her lips stained, her breath unsteady, she looked at him with something like horror. "I tried," she whispered. "I tried to stay away from you." Julian lifted his trembling hand to her face, "And yet you didn't." Love in the dark. What followed was no longer innocent, nor safe. Julian returned to her again and again, drawn not just by love, but by the intoxicating pull of what she was. Each meeting blurred the line between devotion and surrender. Her touch grew bolder. His fear faded. Their kisses deepened, not desperate, but consuming, as though each moment might be their last. "You should hate me," Bianca murmured one night, her lips grazing his throat, not breaking skin, but lingering close enough to remind him. "I don't." Julian replied, "You don't understand what I am." He met her gaze, unwavering. "I understand what you are to me." Her composure shattered then, not into weakness, but into something raw, dangerously human. The curse of forever. Bianca's truth could no longer be hidden. She was no myth, no story whispered in frightened halls. She was a creature of night, bound to hunger, bound to secrecy, bound to eternity. And Julian was mortal, fragile, fading. "I can't give you a future," she told him, her voice breaking for the first time. Then give me this moment, he said, but moments were never enough. Not for love like theirs, the masquerade of blood. The final night came dressed in gold and illusion, the masquerade. Where Bianca would be formally promised to a prince, an alliance of power meant to secure her family's future and conceal her truth, Julian entered masked. But he did not hide. He found her, as he always did, and when she saw him, something in her shattered completely. "You shouldn't be here," she whispered. "Neither should you," he replied. The world moved around them, but they stood still, caught in something far more powerful than fate. "I can end this," she said suddenly, her voice trembling with a terrible decision. Julian stilled. "End what?" Her eyes darkened. "Your mortality." Silence fell between them. The weight of eternity, the cost of love. "You would become like me," she continued softly. "No sunlight, no end, no forgiveness." Julian stepped closer. "And I would have you." Her breath caught. "Yes." He smiled, not with innocence, but with certainty. "Then I've already chosen." The serpent's kiss. They fled before dawn, into the ancient forest beyond Viridia, where the world no longer pretended to be safe. There, beneath a sky that would soon burn with morning, Bianca held him one last time as a mortal man. Her hands trembled. "This is not salvation," she whispered. Julian brushed her lips with his. "I don't want salvation." He wanted her. That was enough. Her fangs descended slowly, not monstrous, but beautiful in their inevitability. "Say my name," she pleaded. "Bianca." And then she kissed him. Not softly, not gently, but with the full, terrible, eternal weight of what they were becoming. The serpent's kiss. Love and death entwined. When the sun rose, Julian Armand was gone, and something new opened its eyes beside her.